Hi, everybody. Good to be here. Good to see you, kind of, with all the lights. Happy to be here with my dear friend, Morten from Berner Group. We have this topic, which is kind of a hype, AI, and we want to bring it into a context of the SOC and the SIEM today and give you like a little bit of insight into like an actual SOC that's running a SIEM that's heavily using AI today. But beforehand, I have some news for you. That's by the way us. Cool. Yeah. So first of all, you all know this guy. He's also wearing like this good-looking shirts. So you will not oversee us in the area. Artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. Some say that's why I still have a job in cybersecurity. I don't know. Good. So this is the breaking news for today. Good news, bad news. Who is working in the SOC here? Raise your hands. You. We have plenty of people. So AI will take your job, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So just say yes. Say yes, take my job. Why is it not a bad thing? Because the reality today is like running a SOC, operating a SOC is kind of hard. It's full of repetitive tasks. Some would say even boring tasks. And it's like mainly, very manually driven. And it's more like in the nature of act on something that is happening. So reactive, instead of what we think it should be, like more proactive with the support of AI, and like really you should be ahead of threats in the environment of your organization. So there's supposed to happen something. Here we go. Just real quick before we go into the conversation, like oftentimes when you're getting approached by somebody wearing some of these nice shirts, we are getting asked, okay, what is Hunters? We have never heard of you guys. And that's okay. We are still kind of a young company founded in Israel, and we are focused on SIEM, like delivering a much better SIEM experience in your SOC. And I don't want to go into all the details and bore you to this, but like just that you have like the context to whom you're listening to. So we are a group of experts building the next gen SIEM platform, which is again another buzzword. So we wanted to take away all the manual efforts that we will discuss right now and replace it like with automation and precision. Like automation is one thing, making things easy and not do all the things again and again. But if the result is, well, you have like thousands of findings each week, not sure if that's the real progress. And that is like where we shine in terms of like being very precise, using an AI. So from our perspective, AI it's okay to take your job, but it will not mean that your job is then irrelevant. It's like a shift in how you work. And that's exactly what we want to discuss today, right, Morten?
I hope so.
Let's give it a try. So the way, the reason why we are talking in English is basically, even though Morten is working for Berner Group, and introduce yourself in just a second, he's from Denmark. And I thought about, well, when you think, can you hear me again? Yeah. When you think about IT and cyber, you're not necessarily thinking of Denmark, which actually is a bit odd because who, if not the Danish, should be able to provide like a rock-solid cybersecurity? Just hope that you're not, like they are bringing us Lego, right? So just hope you're not barefoot walk off or on one of these incidents. So yeah, say some words about yourself.
Yeah, very nice to be here. Thanks, Thomas. I'm Morten and Danish, as you've heard. Just for the record, Greenland is not for sale. Just so we got that carried out. CISO Berner Group. We operate on the B2B market for construction and the automobile industry. I say all the sexy parts, screws and nails and power tools. Yeah, and that's what we do.
Yeah. And it's interesting, like we have so many companies in Germany that you not necessarily are aware of, but Berner Group is quite a significant company, like also from a size perspective, like around 8,000 people.
Right, yeah, so we are 8,000 people globally and operate in 22 to 23 countries in Europe. And for the Germans here, I think Würth is more known. That is one of our small competitors.
Cool. So tell us about like your challenge a little over a year ago. Like when we started to have a discussion, first of all, it was a challenge for you joining Berner, I guess, because you're coming from like a different background, more for startup-ish background, and like what were the challenges coming to a more like traditional German company?
Right. Yeah. So I come from a background that About You, an e-commerce Heimlet, and now joining traditional German Deutsche Mittelstand, definitely a different perspective. The challenge we've been facing here is we're quite a small team. And that's the angle I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. And we have limited development power, and been a customer of Hunters for around a year. And there's sort of been three things that has helped us here. First of all, just for my own integrity, no vendor is perfect, yeah, nor do I believe so. But there is sort of three areas that has generated significant value for us. And one has been the easy onboarding of log sources. You have pretty much integrations for everything that we use. And it's one of the only SIEM tools I've seen that has predefined detectors that actually works. That doesn't mean we not need to continuously fine-tuning and work on it. It's an iterative process.
Yeah.
But it does actually bring value in a small team. And then I guess the major topic that we're talking about today is this AI thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're talking about AI like in general. It's a hype for like a year or two, something like that, right? But reality is like we are around for 6-7 years, and AI and machine learning is basically the heart of our code. So it's not that brand new, and we're using it in many different ways. But how would you describe like your situation today, like a year later, and like what have improved, and how do you leverage the platform today?
Yeah, so we're testing some of Hunter's AI beta features that is really taking the autonomous SOC to the next level. I think I'm gonna challenge Thomas a little here on whether or not it's gonna replace the security analyst, but I think rather it's a shift. Because these tedious security analyst operational tasks, we have had quite success, more or less, automizing. But I think it allows the security analyst role to focus on more strategic and more important and different roles on the roadmap. But I think what really become key for us, and it's also the feedback we have given Hunters and is working on, is we are security after all. So can we trust this AI thing? And there's only one way to do that, and that is auditability, traceability, the point where we are in control and can see every step and every decision that it takes. For me, it's a little the same like adaptive cruise control in a car, right? It does the tedious operational job for you, but you are still in control,
yeah,
and you can still take the decisions.
Yeah, and you still have to kind of be like literally in the driver's seat, right? But can relax a little bit more and focus on what you probably prefer, like driving the car in the good situations, not in the Stau, in traffic. Cool. So, what is your view of AI, like in general, like in cyber context, obviously? Like, where do you see us in like 5 years from now?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Should I try? Security has always been a cat after mouse game, yeah, and the threats are also evolving on emerging threats using AI, and that's a new challenge and a different challenge to cope with. But on the other hand, so is the preventive and protecting mechanisms also evolving around AI. So let's see. Once again, I don't see that we will fully replace it, but I see the clear benefit of allowing different tasks and more strategic tasks rather than tedious operational tasks.
Yeah, I think you said before something that we also think is key when we use AI in cyber. It is helpful, but it needs to be like transparent. What is going on and what it's doing, and our perspective is that there's always the need for a human being to control it and like take the final decision. But yeah, I mean that's probably also a good opportunity to open it up. Like how are you guys doing it, or leveraging AI in the SIEM or in the SOC area? Anybody want to like add to the conversation?
Yes, then it's more fun.
Don't be shy. It's your opportunity. Nobody? So yeah, I mean, again, transparency is key. Like, where would you like create like a boundary where you say, okay, this has never happened to be done by AI? Like taking actual response activities, for example?
Yeah, I think responding is the line, or at least having that sort of approve button.
Yeah.
It's okay that it has built a response for you. It's also okay that it does the analysis part itself, but we want to be in the driving seat saying it's okay that you perform that response, but I want to know what the response is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And would you say that AI and automatism in general is allowing you to do like new things with your small team?
Right. The more we can sort of get carried away these tedious operational tasks of pretty much figuring out, is it a false positive, is it a true positive?
Yeah.
Allows us really to fine tune our detectors and our use cases.
Makes sense. So yeah, I think I tried one more time. Maybe guys are a little less shy now and have thought about a potential question or something to add to the conversation. Feel free. Oh, sure.
Yes.
Where is the AI operated? So where is the data collected? That was one question.
Yeah, that's a quite important aspect, I guess. So even though like we specifically are an Israeli-based company, the data is not like leaving the European Union. Depending on like your preferences, it could also be Germany. We're working on Switzerland as well. So the data is in Europe hosted. It's GDPR compliant, stored and handled. So we not only have like Berner from like manufacturing, we also have like customers from financial, from fintech. So yeah, that should hopefully answer the question.
Yeah, I can also just add from my point that there's been no Datenschutz concerns or no regulatory frameworks that we couldn't comply with as a German company.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there was another question, but the question was, you are a small team, and the question was, have you any plans to expand, or are there any jobs available? I think the person can refer to you.
Oh yeah, I love that question. Absolutely, we're always planning to expand, and if there is some Jira C or cloud security engineer people sitting around here, let's talk.
Awesome, and I can tell him like the team Morten has built so far is like you want to work there. It's very innovative.
Thanks.
All right. Without any further question, I would say thank you very much. And
yeah, I would say, I mean, that was a very good talk. Also, it's very good to have two people on the stage. So thank you very much for this very interesting conversation. And I think it's reality and hype, and we have to find the way in between. I think the AI will never do every job, and that is a good claim. AI will take your job so you can do yours. So
exactly. Yeah, if you have further questions or want to have a talk, come over. You can't miss us. We have these wonderful, colorful shirts. Happy to have a conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A big applause for you.